need to now charge you for the service, they're going to say, what do you mean? You know, you've been asking us, and we've been doing all this work, separating out these recyclables, and now we're having to pay for this. So that's a hurdle that we've had to overcome. Well, there's been 3 historical unsustainable funding approaches, and that's what I'd like to talk mostly about landfill tipping fees, but I'd like to spend just a moment on the other 2, and I'll start with the third one, state grants. How many think that state grants are a sustainable funding source in this room? Okay, well, I got that, and we concluded the same in our report. We were crossing that off the list early on, even before this conference was planned. I'd like to talk about pay-as-you-throw a little bit. I know there's some EPA folks in the room, and pay-as-you-throw has been pushed by EPA for many years. And for those that don't know, what it involves is you don't charge for collecting recyclables at the curb. You present that that's a free service, but yet you pay for the 2 collection services, recyclables and waste, through the waste service. So what the normal, everybody says, okay, I'm going to take the big recycling bin and the little waste bin. And so they put everything in recycling. It does increase recycling rates, no doubt. But that's a free service. You don't charge the resident for that service. Now you're charging the resident for this little waste disposal service. And so again, it's just a type of thing, it's unsustainable. The more successful you are, the less money you'll have to pay for your success. So I just put that out there as that's a problem we need to solve if we're going to push pay-as-you-throw programs. The other thing that, at least in my own personal opinion, it gives the resident the impression that collecting these recyclables is a free service. And as we saw on the last slide, it's not. They need to understand that it does cost money. In my opinion, they need to want to pay that money because it's a good service to have. But we've got to quit pretending that it's a free service. So now I'd like to talk about landfill tipping fees, and I want to spend some time on this. These are unsustainable. Here's a quote from the Berkeley Daily Planet in 2010. The refuse fund was a cash cow, but the problem was that we're using I like the terminology, the devil, the garbage, to pay for the recycling, for the angels. So it's not something that's sustainable, because if the angels do a really good job, just like I just said, you need more devils to pay for the job they're doing. I love the way it's a bad position to be in. We're in a bad position right now, right? We got to solve it. So we need our own self-sustaining financing. Well, there's a couple of reasons why landfills are not sustainable. First is the lower disposal tonnages. This is a graph from the EPA, and you can see it clearly shows what happened